For the last couple of weeks we've been doing Civilization 6. We're going to continue doing that because I'm having a good time with this game and it's turning out to be a pretty interesting campaign. So I do hope that you're all having a good time as well and you're joining me for this one. Now, as usual, I'm going to give people a moment or two to log in before I jump on and start to actually talk about this game. But we're in a pretty good spot so far. It's proving to be a pretty interesting campaign indeed. And I'm just hoping that it's all working. I'm seriously having a little bit of tech trouble this week, and the stream did not work the first time I attempted it, and now I'm not getting any sound, which is interesting. Um, but yeah, let's hope that it all comes together because I would hate to have this thing go out midway through and well. Okay, so that's I can just hear myself now. I'm sounding very echoey and stuff. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to try again. I apologize, everybody. Um, Good morning, Christian. Um, Maybe it's just me. Can you? Before I might need to restart this stream, but can you hear me okay, Christian? Or is it very echoey for you as well? Hopefully it may be smoothed out and things are a bit... Oh, good. Oh, excellent. We're good. Phew, that is a relief. That is a very big relief indeed. Um, I so yeah. Now that we're on track, that's good. I'll give people another moment or two to log in, and then we'll get going with this thing because yeah, we've got a lot to play. We're in the middle of the Mongolian campaign, and it's very exciting. Um, at least strategically, turn-based games are not exciting in terms of visual action, but yes, we're making some interesting decisions, and it's just starting to heat up. So just give people another moment or two to log in, and then we'll get going with it. Okie dokie. So let's get going with this, shall we? Let's play some Civilization 6. So you may remember from the last couple of weeks, if you've been tuning into the streams where we've been going, we've just started a campaign from scratch where you had just a single city and you needed to start building your nation up. And from that single city. So far, we've built two of our own cities, which are those two right there. We've also gone on a minor war of conquest. We met with the Spanish early on, and we didn't like them, so we've gone and conquered the Spanish cities, Madrid and Seville, and we've removed that civilization from the game, and they now belong to our empire. So that was what we did last week. Right at the end of last week, we met quite a few new civilizations. We met the Hungarians, who also took a bit of Spanish territory there. That's Barcelona, which the Hungarian Empire now owns. We knew the Swedes from the very first week, which is there, Stockholm. We also we also ran into, can't remember who else. There was also the Vikings right up there. We assume that we're going to have trouble with the Vikings because, like the Mongols, they're a militant civilization, and yes. We've also started to build up our trade networks, so those little roads that you see there, because the Mongols are also particularly good at trade, so I'm making the most of that. And right now, we're going to be this week, what we're going to do is we're going to try and expand our empire a little bit further. We've got a new civilization, settler being built here in this city in Ulaanbaatar, which we're going to try to link our two parts of our empire together a little bit with a city in the middle. And we are going to start to look at a war with the Hungarians as well, because yes, they could be trouble. They're right on our borders, right there, and they're also a faith-based civilization. So, Civilization 6, each AI opponent has its own specialty or its own focus, and the religious space ones tend to give me the most trouble because I don't put much energy into religious discoveries myself and building religions up. I'm at threat when they decide to start sending missionaries into my country and to my empire and converting my citizens to their religion. So I need to deal with those as a matter of priority. And having one right on my borders is not a good thing. So that's basically where I'm at, what I'm thinking about doing, and yeah, we'll get into it. I'm just going to block this person that keeps making comments in another language. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're trolling or spamming. I can't speak their language or read it, and I feel bad about doing this, but I am going to have to because I can't be sure what they're actually saying, and it might not be something that people who can understand the language want to read. So let's just put the user in timeout. Okay, so we started the stream today at the end of my previous turn. We're at 131 of 750 turns, so we're making good progress through the game as well. We're about what, 1/6? My maths is terrible. I'm very bad at maths. Never get me to do a maths game. 1/6 of the way through the campaign. So let's just continue on. Now, I don't know if any people who are watching, tuning into the stream, have actually had much experience with Civilization. If you haven't, feel free to ask any questions as we play along, because, yeah, I know that we're getting to the point now where the game can start to look a little bit complex if you're not that familiar with it. There's a lot of buildings that are being built, there's a lot of icons flying around everywhere, so... Now, last stream, we also got our first great person to join our empire, which is a general. That general adds some pretty significant benefits to my military efforts, which is good that I've got them now here, because now I can look at preparing my invasion of Hungary. I've got a couple of horse units here ready to go as well, because being the Mongols, I'm very strong with cavalry. They're very, very powerful units compared to what else is available at this period of time in the game. And My chariot's still healing. It's the one that's protecting my border. There's an awful lot of barbarians that keep popping up here, which has been a continual pain for both the Spanish before I overtook them and now me. I might just leave my chariot there, because otherwise I might be hit by a horde. Alright, I'm not quite sure I have enough force here. That's only 2 units of horsemen that I really got to call on to lead this attack. I'm not 100% sure that's enough, so I'm going to have to go through a little while um, of just preparing. Unfortunately, I haven't got any cities that are available right now to build a new military unit, so this is going to take a couple of turns. It's going to look a little bit dull, unfortunately. How many different races and peoples are there? That's a good question. What I'll do is I'll actually look it up, I think, while I'm doing this, in between turns, because there's a lot, basically. Each expansion they've added more, and those those more are on top of an already large beginning thing. So let's just check. So there's 42. There are 42 civilizations in total. Um, Hello, newcomer. Thank you for joining the stream. Those 42 civilizations range the full gamut from the Mongols here. There's obviously the Japanese, which is a favorite one of mine to play as. There's the Arabians. I actually really enjoy playing as the Arabian civilization. There's some really interesting ones as well, like there's our leader in particular that's you can use for both the English and the French. There's the Russians, there's the Americans, there's the Australians, and then there's more unusual ones like the Maori from New Zealand, the Indonesian that you might not know that much about going in. And each of those civilizations has their own unique unit, their own unique buildings, and some of their own features, which makes them all individual and unique to play. So yes, there are a lot, and that's with all the expansions turned on. The base game has about 20, I think. So each expansion adds quite a lot to the roster as well. They're very much worthwhile. If you enjoy Civilization, you kind of need to have those expansions because they're not just minor DLC, they're major additions to the game. So the other thing I realized I was planning on doing this week, in addition to taking the war to the Hungarians, is also build that second trade route. If you look at the top left-hand corner of the screen, you're seeing a lot of little bits of data from left to right. That's the rate in which I'm making scientific discoveries, the rate in which I'm making social and artistic discoveries, the additions, the accumulation of faith, which is important for the religious side of things, my money, which is the gold one there, my diplomatic reputation, which is that brown one, And then finally we get to the icons that represent my resource collection, and that one, the first one there is the number of trade routes I have versus the number of trade routes I can have in total. So I've only got one of two. I need to get that second one going because they do bring an awful lot back into my empire once I'm gone, once they're doing their thing. Oh, see, this is the problem. So that's actually not the Hungarians, amazingly enough. Those guys there, right there on the screen, they are missionaries. Now, missionaries go from empire to empire, converting citizens to their religion, and by doing that, you can slowly, towards the end of the game, you can start to influence those cities to your side, and you can actually end up having them convert to your nation without without needing bloodshed. They're a real pain, really, really big pain, and the Swedes are playing with them, so I'm going to have to deal with the Swedes at some point too. But if there's already missionaries appearing, that means that the Hungarians are almost certainly also investing in them. So that's it. We're going to war. I'm going to start right now. So right now, this is the diplomatic screen. Of all the civilizations that I've met, because of that previous war with the Spanish, basically everyone does not like me at all, except for the Vikings. Good old Vikings. They're actually the little green face there. That means they're very happy with what I'm doing. So maybe I do have an ally in the Vikings. I thought I was going to end up fighting them, but maybe they can be friends. Anyway, let's do this. That's right. The hordes came in. They've got a lot of archers. That's going to be fun to deal with. But that was quick. Unfortunately, unfortunately, um, that city is going to rebel in just 3 turns if I can't get it under control. So, like last week, as you would have seen if you're watching the stream, I captured a city, but because I was not particularly good at bringing it into the fold, they rebelled against me very quickly. So, I'm going to have to see what I can do about getting those people nice and settled. Um, what else have I got? I just need to build. So once again, we find that the AI has done absolutely nothing to actually develop these cities. They're very bad at looking after these cities. Um, so I'm basically working from scratch with them. I'll start by building them a granary. Not that it's going to matter. Yeah, there we go. Run away, missionaries. The people don't really have a nationality as such. The game doesn't reflect ethnicity and stuff in the actual populations of the people. So they effectively do become yours immediately. But you can headcanon it any way that you like. I like to think that once you've captured the cities, the flow of people between them starts to happen. So initially, of course, for example, the Spanish would be still Spanish people, but now that they're part of the empire, they'll be having people from the Mongolian cities here moving across, and vice versa. And over time, they just become, native cities to my population, as it basically would happen in the really real world. Okay, so let's firstly deal with that chariot, because it's going to be a problem. No match for my horsies. The good thing I like about these little animations... Oops. Okay. So that was just when my general is influencing the outcome of these battles, and because they helped, they helped me win. That's a bonus to my era score. What was I saying? I like how in the little battle scenes, the animals never actually get injured. They run off. um, right at the start, there's a unit called the Scout, which is one person and a dog, and they move around the map very quickly and can help you discover stuff. If they get attacked, they're not very strong, but the dog doesn't die. The dog just runs off. You can't pat the dog, unfortunately, but it never gets injured. Very animal welfare conscious, these games. So this is the influence of that general. That my unit of cavalry is going to knock out the archers in one hit, because the the general is that powerful. Yes, Peter will be happy. Indeed. Anyhow, after that, now I'm going to need to assume that the people are going to rebel, and I'm going to have to go and recapture that city. So I'm not going to press on with the attack just now. I don't think there's going to be any barbarians coming, so I'm pretty comfortable with moving my chariot up to help now. Once I recapture it, it should be easy to keep it within the folds of my civilization then. And I do have a unit of horsemen which are basically full health, so I should be alright with this. Barcelona's been through a lot. They've been through a lot, the poor people of Barcelona, over the last couple of weeks. They've been attacked by the Mongols. Well, then their empire has been attacked by the Mongols. It was taken over by the Hungarians, and now they've been attacked again. Oh, excellent. So horseman unit's ready for promotion, which is nice. Which one is it? Ah, this one, good. So they get nice and healthy again too. If I'm not wrong, they'll rebel this turn. Next turn. What's it say? Come on, pop up. Oh, right. Anyway, it'll be this turn, I think. Okay, so the one civilization that likes me wants to do a deal. They want to give me some money in exchange for some horses. What will I do? Yeah, I will actually accept that deal. Keep the one other civilization from attacking me. Oh, now the Zulu are very unhappy with me. They just want me to give them iron for nothing. Now I'm not really using my iron for anything right now, so probably not such a bad idea either. Just to keep them a little bit less likely to declare war on me. And then the Incas, the Inca just want me to give them money. No, if they want to attack me, then so be it. I'll deal. That's it. No deal. I think they vastly overestimate their strength if they think they can beat my supreme cavalry. I mean, the one good thing is I have that really strong relationship with the city-state of Hattusa here as well. And what that basically means is anybody that attacks me will also be effectively well, they'll be declared war on by the city-state, which is not a particularly powerful city-state. They've only got archers and warriors, but it does add a bit of a buffer, and it would take a while to work through their numbers of units. They've got a lot of them, so that's helping me a little bit. Gives me a little bit more stability in my own empire. Oh, nope. There's been a change. Somebody's influenced the city-state away from me. Okay, so there, as we see, Barcelona has indeed rebelled and they've become an independent city. Um, and now I have to deal with that. That's right, you just can't trust them. But that's alright, they've got nothing to go on, so I'll be able to quickly deal with them. I'll just get my general into the action. Let's move the general around to here. Start by softening them up with my chariot. So those are actually horsemen. They're more powerful. They're not just warriors. They're actually a pain actually. But my horsemen are superior, so. And I did finish my granary in Seville. So as a city, it is now on its way. It is now growing nice and healthy. So now I get to start concentrating on all the other things that I can build in here. What I will build first, I think, is ancient walls because they add to the defense of the city, and it is kind of on the front lines. So I need to make sure it's protected. The other bonus is later on in the game, much later on, once you get to the era where tourism becomes a resource that you want to chase, having those ancient walls actually encourages tourism to the city. So it's something I like to do. I like to have empires that do draw in a lot of tourists. I don't know why it's a thing. I just enjoy to do. Um, Tourism is a type of victory as well. You can win a cultural victory by having the most popular country to visitors with holidays. So yeah, ancient walls are actually a useful thing for me to build. All right, with that, let's see. See, now the Vikings, though they're militaristic and they're happy with me in the sense that I also participate in the military um, side of things, they're also very seafaring based because, Vikings. So the fact that I've got absolutely no ships is something that actually damages my relationship with them. um, and causes them to not like me as much. So they just have to deal with that. I have no intentions of building ships right now. I'm dealing with a lot of enemies in my territory. Oh, there we go. I was building a military unit. I completely forgot about that. So I now have a battering ram. That's going to make it so much easier to capture the bigger cities that the Hungarian Empire has going inside. So Barcelona is a new city. It's only a one population count city. Up here, where the Hungarian Empire is proper, they're going to have much larger cities, which may well have walls at this stage. If they have walls, I'm going to need the battering ram to deal with that. That's handy. Takes a while to get there. It's a slow moving unit, but that's useful. So what else can I build right now? I can build swordsmen and horsemen, but unfortunately, because I've given away all my resources to the Vikings and the Zulu from those trades, I actually haven't got the resources I need to build one of those units right now. So rather than worry about that, I'm going to get the trader going. If I build a trader and I set up Madrid as a center of commerce, because it is actually in a pretty more central location anyway than these cities which are far out on the coast, then that'll be a useful way of building up the city. And I'll make it a second center, a regional capital. Let's capture this city again. Just deal with that. Now this time, and they're going to rebel again. They're going to rebel in 3 turns. Unfortunately, the problem is that the Hungarians are influencing this city an awful lot. They're putting a lot of influence into the city, which means that unless I press on the attack and actually capture another city, this one's going to keep rebelling constantly until I run out of resources. So I'm going to have to press the attack next turn and keep going. So that's good. I just unlocked a lot of science and culture stuff, which is great. Exactly what you want to be doing. But right now, I'm pretty happy with what I've got going, so I'm just going to leave that. But the science discovery, what will I build? What will I research? I mean, let's research shipbuilding, because I imagine the Vikings just renounced me, so they're probably going to attack me at some point. I need to have a fleet ready to deal with that, I think. So let's start to work towards having that. Military training makes a lot of sense as far as my next cultural development goes. Let's do that. that heavy chariot needs to rest and recover. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have a choice here. Horsemen move on. Let's move these horsemen on first. That's an enemy archer unit there. Let's kill them. See, the horsey runs away. Let's move the general forwards a bit. No, let's not do that actually. I don't want to lose my general. There we go. See, it's a city, a level 3 city already. Where's my battering ram? Move the battering ram forwards. There we go. And unfortunately, the great wonder that I was building has now been built by another faction, so that's gone. But that energy, the production that I put into it, I haven't lost. So right now, I can basically have everything I like for virtually nothing, or I can look to building this one other wonder that I've got, which would be the Oracle. Unfortunately, the Oracle is not a particularly good one because that's a wonder if you're going for a faith-based victory, which I'm not. Which I'm not. That's a difficult one because if I build one of these, that's a whole waste. That's a waste of an awful lot of resources. Um, on the other hand, I really don't want the Oracle, so I guess I'm not going to build that. I should probably build more units, given that I'm struggling in that war up there. But again, I can't build a swordsman or a horseman right now because I haven't got quite enough resources to do so. So right now, I'm going to be building a watermill, I think. That's probably the best thing to build. Gives me additional food and production, which actually helps my city become more productive and healthier. So let's do that. Not entirely what I wanted to do, but it is what it is. Um, Sometimes you've got to roll with things not going your way. Okay, so that's nice and dealt with. And they're about to rebel as well. That's alright. Once they rebel, they become enemies for everybody, so the Swiss can help deal with them. Okie dokie. So that was actually, after doing that, what would make sense right now is to build a commercial hub actually in this city. Got lots of choices. Let's put the commercial hub right there. That just means I'll be earning more money from it, which I need because my money production is not very good. It's only at plus 0.7 per turn, so that's really low. Admittedly, I'm giving away a lot. I'm giving away a lot of money to these other civilizations to keep them peaceful, but that needs to change. Library, let's do that. That can be my center of learning and culture, that city. Now, this unit's in a bit of a tough spot because now I've got these rebels right there and there's a chariot right there, but the good thing is they're quite fleet of foot, so let's retreat. Okay, I might just leave that for now. I don't want to send the battering ram forward. Okay, so I have a settler unit, which is what I was building in that city. And now I need to pick somewhere to put the city. Now, I did want to put one between my two major empires, parts of the empire, and that is a recommended spot right there, right in the middle, which is perfect. So let's do that. Let's get my settler unit over there. Found a new city. Unfortunately, that attack did not work on any level for me. um, I did not have the forces I needed to really make it work. So I'm going to have to retreat, which is sad. Um, if I can get my units back into my area, they can recover. And I can use them again later on, and hopefully next time, with a couple more units, do a better job of it. So this Hungarian Empire is actually quite large. It seems like they've got quite a few cities going. That one will be a new one. That one's a existing one, and they've probably got one somewhere up here as well, at least one more. So it'll be worth capturing, but I need to plan that a bit better. It's not my finest moment. If you have injured units, they actually recover much quicker when they're within your own borders. So that's why I'm retreating back to there rather than just letting them rest in a safe spot. The big concern is whether my general's going to make it. um, Not looking good. I think my general's about to be killed. No, they're leaving the general alone. That's nice of them. I'm pretty sure you can kill the general. Okay, so I have the chariot back, which will be useful. I'll be able to use that next time it's fully healed. Let's move it up to the border, ready to attack. Not that I'm going to attack immediately. I'm going to give my units a chance to rest. But, oh, that was stupid. Yes, so those are luxury items. They're all various resources which can add to your civilization in one way or another. Um, there's also, I think that's coffee. There's also fish and crabs out in the ocean um, which you can harvest. Sheep, wheat, deer, salt. So there's an awful lot of different resources that you can collect. Each of them have some kind of benefit when it comes to bananas um, and well, bananas in particular. I think milk as well. It's counted as a luxury, which is really useful, especially later on in the game. That's rice there. Okay, move turn on. Now, for all of that, Barcelona is about to become part of the Hungarian Empire again because of the influence that they're putting into it. There we go. So my settlers have arrived. So the war didn't go well, but I am going to have some good news. I'm going to build a city. There we go. And the good thing about having that city right there is it's actually also got horses. So right away, as soon as I build a improvement to stable them, I'll be able to double my horse production rate, which obviously I need to. Let's get this horse unit in here so they can heal up. Skip their turn. Skip his turn. Yeah, where's my general gone? Let's get you out of there. That's not my worry. Hurricane coming through, not a concern. Okay, so first up, always build the granary first. Really important building that one in the early stages of development of a city. Always build it first. It's boring, but you got to do it. That city was already right in the middle of a road, so that's a good thing as well. It's right in the heart of the trade route. Okay, rest. There we go, the general escaped. That's a nice thing. I'll go away. I'm not giving you my money for that long, for nothing. You can declare war on me. You too. They're all they're all demanding I give them all my monies. Get lost. I need it. So that's a good one I got. By unlocking that civic policy, I'm able to change my political orders to give me additional horse and iron resources every turn, which obviously I want both of. So I'm going to do that. Change my policies around. That's really useful. Now I'll have a lot more horses and iron resources to work with. Let's skip that turn. Yeah, that's so it's just rude what they expect from me. Just rude, not acceptable. I demand respect. Once again, actually, it might be a good idea to research up theology. I'm going to have to deal with these missionaries at some point. I need something to buffer a little bit, so... Um, now, I did lose influence over Hattusa as a city-state. I need to get that back, so hopefully this will do it. Yes, it does. Excellent. Excellent. So I've got influence back over that city-state. And they've now declared war on Hungary, which is going to be handy. If any Hungarian units happen to come close. Excellent. So I have, even though I haven't been doing much of an investment into religion, um, I have nonetheless earned myself a great profit. Confucius, nonetheless. I have Confucius has joined my civilization. So what I can do with him is I can actually found a religion using him by settling him into a city, and that then becomes the center point of a whole new religion city. It becomes a holy city. So let's do that. Um, you'll see him pop up in a second. Confucius. I feel honored. There he is, Confucius himself. Now, I don't want him to... Madrid's a heathen city. I'm going to move him to my capital, and that's going to become the holy city of my new religion once he gets there. You might be able to see it actually now. If you look at the city icons there, the second one, the one that has the little cross there, that represents that my city is being pulled under the influence of a nearby religion that is not of my own, because I haven't founded a religion. If I found a religion, then I can start to influence things back the other way, and hopefully my city will become, my religion. These ones don't have a religion, which is why what that little square or diamond represents. They don't have a religion yet. So once I found one in the city, it will become the center point of the religion, and all the influence will start to roll out that way. So there's missionaries on their way on boat. So all of this religion game is starting to happen now. Goody. These horsemen are nice and healthy again. Okay, let's move them this way. getting a bit uppity there. These rebel nations. This rebel nation of Barcelona attacking me like that. That's a bit rude. Now I have to heal my chariot again because I'm not quite ready to try attacking again. Not quite there. I will, but not quite yet. Okay, so I got a new envoy. I'm going to try and re-establish my relationship with this city down here. Nope, not yet. Need to continue to work on them. So for people who don't know how these city-states work, basically everybody gets envoys. The nation, the empire that has the most envoys in the city becomes the one that influences that city, and they become semi-parts of your empire as long as you have the most envoys in that territory. So at the moment, this one has more envoys from somewhere else than I do, but I have the most envoys in Hattusa, so it's part of my empire effectively right now. An uncontrolled part, an autonomous part, but still a part. Come on, Confucius. Hurry up. Nearly there. Yes, that's right. Hattusa is back in the fold for now. I can't imagine it's too desirable for the other civilizations to put much energy into it either because it's so close to the rest of me. Um, they probably should leave it alone, hopefully. So there we go. Barcelona has once again rejoined with the Hungarians, and we are back to where we started at the very start of today's stream session, where I'm eyeing off Barcelona as a target for military conquest, and that's what it is. So, yep. This time I have a battering ram. That's going to help. But I still don't quite have enough power to do this. I'm just getting my forces ready to go. I never learn. Because this time, once I do hit Barcelona, I know that the influence that's on that city is that strong that I'm going to need to roll on and hit another one very quickly afterwards to consolidate my hold on Barcelona. So, yeah, I'm going to need to have the resources to take 2 cities without stopping to heal my units up. I didn't even notice that. That that salt mine has actually been destroyed at some point, probably before I took over the city. But I need to repair that before it'll start giving my salt again. In fact, I've been really lax with building builders at all. Builders are what you use to build mines and stuff, and they're really important. But because I've been so focused on military conquest and stuff, I haven't actually built them. I need to remedy that. I'll use some of the more peaceful cities to build up some builders, and we'll see what they do soon enough. Yes, that's it. I need to do a Blitzkrieg. Ideally, what you want to do is be able to conquer all of the cities within a single culture nation in one wave if you can. That's probably going to be beyond me. But I do have the most powerful military force, I think, which is why the enemies are not attacking me, why all the other nations, as unhappy as they are with me, are not attacking me. Which one are we talking about? The pipe icon. That one? That's tobacco, yes. That's a luxury. I have tobacco inside my actual nation as well. I've got lots of tobacco. I could be a tobacco producer. Okay, so what we're doing. Ah! Confucius has arrived at my city. Excellent. Let's do it. Let's found a religion. I can't do that. Must be on a holy site district or Stonehenge one. That shows you how much I know about. Ah, damn it. I didn't realize that. I don't spend enough time with this religious stuff. Okay, Confucius has to go back. I have to send him there. That's the only place he can actually found a religion because it's a holy site. So it looks like Madrid gets to be the capital of my faith. Confucius is very confused. He's running back and forth and not really doing anything. Anyway, things are about to get exciting because I'm about to build a couple of different things, I think. They're getting close to being done. There we go. So, Madrid's got a trader. Excellent. That's really useful. Let's set up a new trade route. So the little icon there are the ones that I've already got a trade route in. I'm going to set up one in Hattusa because that adds an awful lot of money to my nation, and they're an ally anyway. There we go. Just like that. And now I think it is time for Madrid to contribute to the war effort. I can build a new horseman. Excellent. Let's do that. And now my financial situation is much better. You may remember, dearie me. So somebody's influenced Hattusa away from me. So once again, they are hidden to me. But as I was saying, at the start of the game, I only had 0.07 income or something. Now it's 9.3, so it's much healthier. There we go. I've now got city walls around Seville, so it's protected a little bit more if any enemy attack me. And I completed a library in Ulaanbaatar, so it's now a science centre for my nation. And as I was saying, I'm going to build some builders so they can improve the land, build some farms, put some mines in, make my city run better. I'll just go simple because I don't think Seville's going to be able to produce units very quickly. Oh, not so bad actually. But those units are all old. No, I'm going to stick with building a monument there. Do I just buy one? See, once you get to this point in the game, you start to second guess every decision that you make. No, I am going to build another unit. They can add to the military effort that I've got going. Archers will probably be handy from them. Come on, Confucius, get there. Get to build a... Oh, that'll be useful. I'm about to get my economic district there. Good. There we go. I've got a commercial hub now, which is that one there. So that's going to add to my money. See, this city's growing nice and large now. My capital, it's up to size 7. It's starting to look quite refined. let's go with... Let's go with a builder unit here as well, just one. Because there's an awful lot of stuff that I need to start refining or to improve the tiles. There we go. Shipbuilding. Excellent. Ooh, that'll be good. Engineering. I'll have catapults then. Let's do that. Catapults will make it so much easier to just roll on through all of those cities. That's right. That's right. That's exactly what it is. In civilization, we are learning all these things about history we never knew. There we go. Now we can found the religion. Found religion. Bang, just like that. So, what you do is you set the religion name. Now this is going to be quite obvious. Let's call it... There we go, the great religion of Mikuism. Now there's an icon that works really well. Where is it? Ah, there we go. I just did that. Let's try again then. Okay. There we go. The green butterfly. The religion of Mikuism. And then the religious beliefs actually add to your overall efforts. So there's 4 different options here. I'm going to use work ethic. People who believe in Mikuism are very good workers, adding a lot of production to my city. Bang. And again, you have a lot of different choices here. A lot of options. What I'm going to go with here, I think, is... Defender of the Faith is probably the right one to go with, since I'm expecting to be attacked quite often. Or do I go with something that earns me money? Actually, no, I'm going to go with something that earns me money. Every 4 followers of this religion gives me a tithe. Yeah. Because everyone wants to give Miku money. Done. So after all of that, Confucius has created the religion of Mikuism.
We can no more have exact religious thinking without theology.
There we go. So as you can now see, Madrid has the holy green butterfly of Mikuism. It is the only city currently that is a follower of Mikuism, but that's going to change. I'm going to start to spread the religion out using my limited means, because I haven't really invested much in religion, but I have some means anyway. Yes, yes. The Project Diva games sell particularly well within my empire because it's a mandatory purchase. Let's add Hattusa back to my empire. There we go. It's now once again part of my civilization. Now, if I go into the city, I can now build missionaries there, um, which I can then send out to convert citizens of other cities to Mikuism, which is a free purchase. You purchase it using faith that you accumulate separately to money and other production resources. So, just like that, I have my first missionaries. Now, it's kind of convenient that Madrid is so close because what I can do is once I convert Seville to Mikuism, then Seville will start to influence Barcelona. So next time I attack Barcelona and take Barcelona over, there will be slightly less pressure for it to then rebel against me, especially if I can actually convert Barcelona to Mikuism as well. What's really funny about this game, which doesn't come for quite a while yet, but once you get to modern era, you can start to build rock bands as well. And rock bands you actually pay for using faith. So rock bands are kind of a religion thing. They're not actually part of the religion because they actually spread tourism rather than faith. But I just think it's funny the resource that you use to purchase rock bands is faith. Okay, so let's show you how this works. We move here. Oh, no, hang on. There we go. So that's the religious breakdown of what's going on. So currently there's just Mikuism is just one city, but obviously my intention is to, and all those little kind of waves show where influence is coming and going. So Mikuism is slightly influencing Barcelona, but there's an awful lot of other religions also influencing Barcelona. So yeah, it's battle of the religious wills. Yes, Miku is God. This game proves it. This game is actual proof. I'll go away. I'm not going to give you money. Now everybody's going to ask for money. No, just him. Excellent. So builder here. Now see those little grayed out icons? Those are all the different things that the builder can work on. Um, that's a mine, that's a tobacco field, and then that is fishing, but for turtles. So I'm going to do mine first. Adds production. Okay, so they're here. That's it. Dense Celsius. Spread religion. So when the missionaries do their worshipping thing, one citizen within that city will be converted to Mikuism. There's only 3 citizens in the city, so I should be able to convert the entire city over to the religion quite easily. There we go. That's 1 down. You can only do it 3 times. But because of what I did, now actually Seville is neutral. It doesn't have a religion anymore. It's spread between a couple of different religions. So I do it once more, it will become a Mikuism city. And that's how religion spreads through both mild influence over time, slowly converting, and then also sending missionaries in to actively convert. A white whale, yes, yes, yes. The builders go hunting for Moby Dick. Oh, excellent. So I've also unlocked a new great person, and this is the great merchant Marcus Licinius Crassus, who I imagine was a merchant of the Roman era. I don't actually know that name. I don't know who that is. So once again, civilization has given me a name that I can research if I find interesting. His effect is to gain 90 gold. Oh, that's pretty handy. So he can take a bit of land and make it mine, as well as giving me 90 gold. Yeah, total Mongol name. Yes. And now that I am dealing with Mikuism, I'm going to build a holy site because that will help me build a little bit more faith, which I'm going to need to buy those missionaries. That's it. I've drunk the Kool-Aid and now I'm going religious. I'll build it there. Holy site on the coast. Ah, there we go. So that's the great merchant, and like I said, he can take any of those tiles and add it to my nation that I want. Is there a good tile here? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's really useful. Civilization has always been really good at inspiring people to want to learn about actual history. Uh, the first Civilization game I played was actually Civilization 2, and um, Civilization 2 had these little videos. Every time you built a great wonder, you got a little kind of FMV clip of that wonder. And those really inspired me to want to learn about the great wonders because they were interesting. They were short and obviously very low quality because Civilization 2 is quite an old game, but they did encourage me to go and hit up the library. We didn't really have Wikipedia back then. Hit up the library and actually learn about these things. So I learned a lot of history thanks to Civilization over the years. And I think it's quite valuable. I think it should actually be implemented into schools in some way. Like kids should actually play this game as a way of being intro to names and locations and various historical events and that kind of stuff. Wow, okay, so that's a problem. The Hungarians are actually more advanced in terms of military than I thought they were. They have a catapult. They have a catapult. I'm definitely going to have to start attacking them again because otherwise they're going to bombard my city. Okay, so the builders build a mine, just like that. The missionaries convert Seville to Mikuism. Is it now a Mikuism city? Not yet. One more missionary and it will be. Um, yeah, I don't see that I have a choice right now. I'm going to have to attack. Okay, let's do it. Let's kick the war back off again. battering ram will make its way next turn into the territory. Okay. Here we go again. Alright, so we'll start off this turn by converting what should be the last of the population to... No, the city will have 2 citizens following Mikuism. But that's good, because that means that now Seville is also a city of Mikuism. Oh, we'll heal that chariot up. It got a bit injured. Let's move my horses up this way. Heal them. Leave the general there. Hold those for now. Catapult moves up. Give them a second to heal. Okay, so they've got a builder as well. Excellent. This builder will firstly start with the sheep. Let's put the sheep in pens. Okay, now I've got a mine there. Next thing is to go and get some fish. Fish adding food to my city. Very useful. Oh, big storm there. Huge storm coming through. Hopefully it stays well away from me. Oh, it's a blizzard. Same difference, storm. Not much this city can build right now because all of these require a larger population, which the city doesn't have. So I may as well just continue with the builders. I can send them into other cities to build up my other cities as well. There we go. Yes, weather can do a lot of damage, especially larger storms. They can kill populations, they can destroy units. If a military unit happens to be under them, they can destroy buildings. So all those improvements that have been building out here, the farms and the military camp and the economic quarter, the library, all of those things the storms can actually destroy. There we go. Create person activated. That gave me 90 gold and actually added that resource to... Oh, we can keep going. Excellent. So you can do it a couple of times. Interesting target for the archers to choose. And they decided to shoot at the least threatening unit there right now. Okay, so this is interesting. There's a couple of city-states and stuff. The Inca and the Swedish people have gone to war with one another. So that's good. That takes the heat off me a little bit. I'm not the only one at war right now. That's handy. Okay. Okay, so he can do it 3 times. He can grab land for my population. Where else should I grab some more? Oh, I'll grab that one. That's good. Get some deer. What have I done? What am I doing? What am I doing? Barge on through. Oh, that's right. I need to use the battering ram as part of another unit in order to make the attack happen. Idiot. Okay, so pasture. Yes. There we go. Sheep farm. Nice location for the sheep too. Nice view over the ocean. Well, the Hungarians certainly build a lot of catapults, don't they?
Normal people believe that if they
That's right. I
walk
can build catapults now
towards
too, so...
normal people.
Oh, that's right. The military general didn't get killed. They got sent back to the city by the archers coming out. That's how it works. That's right. Yes, it'd be good if there's still plenty of civilizations I haven't met yet, so we may well meet the Kiwis yet. Okay, build that up with the farm, wheat farm. That'll be good. There we go. Start some fishing. Construction will be good there.
Chaskinkin, Inkakuna urkukunah kamachiknin michaita, Rikuchiwankin, Amautapunin kanki.
Oh, that's good. I made friends with the Incas again. There we go. So captured Barcelona, but once again, it's going to rebel soon enough anyway. 3 turns. Actually, you know what? We're just going to destroy the city. Bang. Now it's not a problem anymore. I flattened the city. Yeah, the big fist means it's the population is not happy and they will rebel in a certain number of turns. It can vary depending on, or so many factors. But yeah, it does mean that at some point soon they are planning on rebelling. Yes, salt the earth. I needed to do that because that stopped me worrying about that city, and now I can build my forces back up again at my own time. And builders have been nice and busy. The farm, more food and housing. Ah, excellent. I've got an archer unit now as well. Just what I needed. More military. And maybe a holy site would make sense right now because this city is part of the Mikuism religion, so it will help me consolidate. Where's the best place to build one? Probably here. Yeah, right there. And a farm there as well. Making that a much nicer place to live. Plenty of food now available. Oh, I got attacked by the catapult. How rude. Joke's on them though, because by attacking me, they've improved the quality of my unit. It leveled up. The nasty thing is I can't actually attack them because they're in Swedish territory, and if I was to attack them right there, it would actually be a declaration of war against the Swedes, which I don't want to do right now. So let's just move them out of the range of the catapults instead and level them up. That's a very veteran unit now. It's level 2. There we go. So that now I've got a couple of mines there as well. So that's going to be producing things much faster now. Ah, I've got the granary there. Excellent. So let's do a watermill there right now. Make sure the city's nice and set to grow, to continue growing. Yeah, excellent. That's what I needed them to do. Very bad AI. Very stupid move. Now I can attack the catapult. It's going to cop it. Yep, you absolutely can. um, this game is... It really is endless because, yeah, you can go through all 40 civilizations. Each one has their own unique quirks. There are 7 different ways, I think, to win, whether you do military or diplomatic victory or commercial victory or whatever. 7 different ways to win, and yeah, the number of combinations is just endless. It's it's truly impressive just how much stuff that this game has in it and still feels cohesive at all times. Oh, what the hell? Stupid Matt. Uh, Yeah, catapults aren't meant to be frontline military units. They're meant to be support. So if they want to waste their resources by attacking me with a single catapult, that's on them. I'll take it. I won't complain about that. Oops. It's actually the end of my turn and I didn't even notice. Excellent. More builders. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So these builders I'm not going to use to develop that city because it's already doing pretty good. But this city could use the boost because it's my new city. And I really need those horses anyway, so it's convenient. Okay, I think I've built enough builders for that contribution to my empire right now. They can focus more on their own thing again. I wonder what wonders are available to me. Machu Picchu. Yes. I mean, it's a minor benefit, I guess, but +4 gold every turn. Actually, not so bad. Needs to be built on a mountain, obviously. Let's do that. Can't do much else with that mountain tile anyway, so that turns that into a resource for me, which is great. The Incas will not be... No, but they can deal with it. They'll probably build it before me anyway. I'm very slow with building the wonders this time, and I always fall behind. Ooh, good. Mercenaries. Useful units, mercenaries. Horsemen. I have more horsemen. Excellent. With this, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to take on the Hungarians. 3 units of horsemen, yeah. 2 of them pretty veteran. I should be right now. Should be. And I just noticed the time I've been playing for. I've been streaming for longer than I usually do. We might call it a hold here since I'm getting prepped to do my next attack. And yeah, we'll be good to go next stream. So thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. As always, hope you enjoyed it. We made good progress, even though my original attack on the Hungarians was a failed one. But we're in a good spot now. Thanks as always for watching, and we will see you at the next stream.